Hello, future millionaires. This is Aztec, and this is the CSC. Today, I want to talk about Cardano. Just kind of to start off here, I want to kind of do a little Easter egg. I thought this would be kind of interesting for you guys, my viewers, my small growing channel here. It's good to have you guys along. We'll go ahead and take a look at this. This is pretty cool. So, a lot of people that are big Cardano people know that there has been a new podcast that has started. It's called the Cardano Effect. And I wanted to kind of show everyone that I actually was the person that coined that name. I'm here on my Telegram. You can see this is, an actual Telegram. And basically, I was there the night that Rick and Philippe, they are YouTubers. They have their own channels, really great channels. So go ahead and check them out. They came together to start the Cardano Effect podcast, and they actually they basically worked with the community through Telegram to kind of find a good name and find an icon for the podcast. And on that night when they initially asked, here's Rick, he said, if you could please post inputs at the forum so we can track and make a list, this would be helpful. I actually initially said, how about the Cardano experience? And then I asked him, it'll be a Cardano centered podcast, right? And then Rick said yes. And then I said, the Cardano effect. He said, cool, we'll add that to the list. So I just thought it would be kind of interesting to show everyone that I actually helped coin this name. I was the first person to suggest this name, so it's kind of cool, especially for me, just knowing that I'm trying to start a community within the Cardano community. It is, I guess it just kind of makes me happy to know that I've kind of helped shape part of where this Cardano community is going. But anyways, also wanted to go ahead and look at this chart. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion on the charts here. And for all you guys that have been asking me about other projects, I am looking into those, and I'll probably make a video separately just for those projects that you're asking me to look into. Just know basically what I'm doing is I'm probably going to compile a bunch of them and kind of give ratings on the projects, and maybe talk a little bit about what they are, and just my forecast and things like that. Not financial advice, just my opinions on the projects that you guys are asking about. So anyways, this chart, it looks pretty decent actually. It could be a lot worse. We were in this descending channel here. Here's the support and then the resistance, and we were bouncing around. Recently I made a video and I said we'd kind of bounce up. We actually kind of came up right here after that video, and then we broke down. We actually broke out of the channel, out from beneath this support, and then we kind of started bouncing around in this new channel, and that's between approximately 1040 sats and about 990 sats, right around that area. And we're currently kind of wicking off the top of the channel here. So it looks pretty decent. Now the reason I say it looks decent is because we are kind of forming some bullish divergence on the RSI. We're making higher lows here and lower lows on the chart, so this is forming some bullish divergence here. That's a pretty good indicator of possible movement upwards. Also, the MACD has just crossed up and above over the over the trend line here, so that's also kind of bullish in a way. So we could see us break out of this channel here possibly, and move back into this area here. And I guess the next strong resistance would be probably around the 1080 Satoshi level. So anyways, that's the chart. Also, I kind of wanted to talk about Bitcoin. As you can see, this chart or this article says Bitcoin price rises from 4,050 to 4,560 amid extreme volatility following back delay. And I think this is very interesting, guys. If you kind of know my background, you'll understand where I'm coming from. But I do want to say it is very, very interesting that we broke down, and then after we broke down, back comes out and says, hey, we're going to be pushing, our project back. So I really just find this interesting because a lot of people ask, why does the market make, the moves that it does? And of course, I've kind of talked about different things in my past videos, even recent videos, why, the breakdown could have started, things like that. But I've always said that I believe that, the market is definitely heavily manipulated by Wells. Of course, you guys know that I work with Wells. So this, to me, actually is proof that the market is manipulated by Wells, because there's people that are in the know that are controlling the market. And this really shows that that's very possible, because, there's kind of like, you could say, some insider trading that could have happened here, and generally, the strategy that Wells make is, they'll sell and other people will panic and sell. Even, maybe the bots will sell and different things like that. And then the Wells will then buy at the bottom, and then everyone else will buy on top. And this is a continuing type pattern that the Wells continue to do. So I find it very interesting that the day that we actually get this, technically it should be very bad news. We actually go up in Bitcoin value. And you could kind of see that this news was almost priced in, and it was priced in even, before everyone even knew. So basically what this suggests is that there's manipulation. And of course, I'll go ahead and link this article if you'd like to read over it. It doesn't really talk about what I'm suggesting here, but I do want to kind of point out that here's another case of manipulation, and kind of it just seems very shady. And of course, with all the institutions moving in, it just seems convenience that the price is being pushed lower. It seems that there may be some big players pushing the market down, and then buying Bitcoin off the market, at lower prices. Anyways, I also wanted to talk about CZ. He's made some pretty interesting tweets here. You can see this is just about 12 hours ago. He says, despite the rough seas out there, builders are building new releases on GitHub today. And he references some projects here, one of them being Cardano. So I kind of find this interesting. I found this kind of cool because, a big name like CZ comes out and he notices that Cardano is making some, more than usual commits to GitHub. So, he says kudos here. That was kind of cool. And also down here, this was a really cool tweet that I saw, and he's actually talked about this in the past, but this was about 23 hours ago. He says, I wish I could tell you my lame story from 2015 when the BTC price crashed, quotation marks, to below $200. And I just sold my house and bought in at $600 a few months earlier while I am still here. And I kind of want to end on this tweet because it, if you've been in the market for a long time, as I have, and a lot of you probably have been, I like to believe that my followers here are, very savvy crypto followers, and especially a lot of the followers on my channel, you're probably Cardano enthusiasts, and a lot of Cardano enthusiasts that I've met are extremely smart, very technical, very savvy, been in the market for a long time. They don't really care about price too much, current price. They really just care about long term, and I really do appreciate that. But anyways, you'll probably really identify with this tweet because we always know that there's crashes, and people buy in at certain levels and there's crashes, but we know that he basically bought in at $600 and Bitcoin went up to almost 20K years after. So this is the continuing trend that we've seen in crypto. It's just basically 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward or 4 steps forward, So it's very interesting, and I hope you guys see this tweet, and also if you don't identify with this already, know that this market has been like this for a very long time. I hope this kind of encourages you guys to stay the course, because there's always another bull run around the corner. So anyways, guys, never give up on the future of money. Hope you're doing well in this market, trading well. Set your stop losses, guys. Take it easy.